this set for live chat, not for that. Let me see here. Mr. Russell, good morning. Trying to morning. Oh, I'm just trying to do a couple things here. Help with what I miss. Vernon, could you or the guys up at the forge help with the death lock on my dowel? Is it really stiff? I don't know. I mean, if it's too stiff, I could try and lighten the lock bar tension, but then you could wind up with I mean, you could send it to me. I could take a look at it. If I don't think I can fix it, I would gladly give it to Chris and Elliot to take a look at. So, where is what I'm looking for? It's not in here. Well, what I was going to talk about was, remember I did the video about this, right? And the chipping issues I was having, and there was some comments just so that I can get it out there and let everybody know that it, you know, exactly what I was talking about. So some people were saying it could be metal fatigue from the original factory sharpening, but if you guys know, this had to be reprofiled, heavily reprofiled, and it had a bit of a recurve mid-blade right about here where I had to take that material out. So the chipping was forward of the area that had the recurve. So I don't think that's it, but there's a lot of people that jumped on that one, and I said something I think you guys were jumping on a wrong bandwagon, and I think some people misunderstood what I meant when I was saying, I wasn't saying that it wasn't meant to be dismissive or combative. I told Super Steel Steve that in the comments. That's not how it might have sounded that way, but that's not how I meant. I was willing to take all kinds of questions or suggestions of what could have caused the chipping, but I'm pretty sure that's not what did it. So this is still at 1,000 grit, but what I've noticed is there's a small chip that is starting to form. Either that or I'm gonna clean it off real good because I did use this for opening light duty stuff, you know, letters and packages and thin cardboard. That's basically been it. And it may just be some adhesive. As a matter of fact, I think that's probably what it is. It looks like there's some schmutz on the blade. It might just be some adhesive that's, yeah, I think that's what's going to be. And we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna keep an eye on this for a week or so with just late duty use, and then I will cut up. I'm gonna save some boxes. It's raining right now, so I'm not going out there to look and see if I have any boxes saved. If not, if anyone sends me a package for sharpening, because I don't have anything in for sharpening this week except for 3 knives. I don't have anything yet, so that's the comments that I wanted to address. Yeah, it was adhesive. I just wanted to cut something, some light plastic, draw it through it, see if that, yeah, that's what it was. It was just a little bit of glue on the blade. This drives my wife nuts. Pisses her off when I do this. Because this is distilled water, so we can recycle it. It drives her nuts. But no, this weekend we had 2 competitions this weekend. What's up, Dwayne? I'm gonna give you a call a little bit later because we have to talk about like what you want done, because the estimate was just that. It was just an estimate. So yeah, I haven't gotten anything in for sharpening. I have 2 packages coming. One's a refinish that I'm gonna have to do this coming weekend because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to redo the entire thing. And then I've got like 2 or 3 knives. I've got 3 knives in from sharpening for David, but like I said, I haven't been up to the shop to, I'm gonna have to go up sometime this week and take a look at what we can do about some rusting and stuff. Well, I just want to make sure before we get into it that we're both on the same page, because what you asked for in the first place was pretty. Mr. Thorne, who is this? Another knife guy. Well, there's another knife guy. Like I said, I gave you the estimate just going from, you know, basics. So I'm not going to start on that until we get to talk about it and make sure exactly what you want. See what else is going on. Oh, yeah, competition 2 days in a row. Fuck, I'm tired. I actually just got up. I haven't even had a cup of coffee yet. I'm getting ready to make coffee right now. So, nope. Oh, this Friday? Probably. Why? Who is this? Is this somebody I already know? And if so, instead of putting your name up, just text me. If it's somebody that I already know and hang out with. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be there. Yeah. So. So, daughter skated at like 5:45 on Saturday, and then we had to be back there on Sunday I got there at 1. The wife and kid got there just shortly after I did because my daughter had to leave the house here at, I think they left at 9 and went all the way up to Carlsbad, which if you're from the San Diego area, you know that's pretty far. And then had to turn around, drive back to UTC because these competitions, you can always tell when some of them are. This La Jolla Open has been historically, they screwed up her music last year at the La Jolla Open. They screwed up her music Saturday at the La Jolla Open. But they didn't have any practice ice. Like there wasn't a practice, because usually what happens is you get like a 30-minute practice session. There's one in the morning and then one in the afternoon, so the kids can warm up and practice and be ready to go on the ice, and they didn't fucking do that this time. And so therefore my daughter had to drive all the way to Carlsbad to warm up and practice with her coach and then come back to the ice rink. So, you know, this is the first competition I've ever been to where they didn't have a practice session for the kids. And so that was stressful for my daughter, and then just competitions are tiring. Yeah, so we had to go up and then come all the way back to UTC. We had to drive up from, we're down like east, you know, South Bay area. So, you know, it's still like a 30-minute drive so it's 30 minutes to east to UTC where she was skating, but they had to drive all the way to Carlsbad, which is like an hour. Hang on a second, guys, I can put water in the coffee pot. But the competition The competition went really well. She did really well on Saturday, or I mean on Sunday. She did really well on Saturday too. But the whole thing is, Sunday she was the only girl competing in that element. So she she's the only one that did that program, the short program, for the juvenile girls. No one else. No one else. I can't remember if they said that no one entered or the kids that entered dropped out. So Matt came with me. Matt came with me on Saturday, and then I don't know what happened. I didn't even talk to him yesterday. I don't know what happened. He said he was gonna try and come Sunday, but I don't know if something came up or something happened. So, but she did. She took first, and she beat the other kids by. I think the closest kid had 45. She had 61. So that was her total score. What's up, Josh? What's up, Chris? I'm tired. Did not get any sleep really. I still have to put that video up. There's some editing that needs to be done, and it was this video felt different because we didn't have the long car trip where we had BS'd in the car and stuff like that. I did a little bit of. I think I filmed a little bit in the car on Saturday on our way up there, but. You know, we were just close to the house. We're like 25, 30 minutes from the house. So it wasn't such a trek. And we were able to eat, we ate lunch at the house before we went. And I actually liked it, but it has its own different feel. And here's the thing, I think I'm more tired from this 2-day competition local than I was the competition where we went all the way to Ontario. So, the Plympics, I don't know what the Plympics are, Chris. You Ohio public school system just like me can't spell. Yeah, that's the word. There it is. So, guys, I'm so tired. I don't think, because I don't have anything really to work on today. I'm not going up to the shop today. I have to go take my daughter to Kumon today after school, so I'm not going anywhere today. Tomorrow I'll probably be at the forge for a little bit. I got a couple questions to ask Elliot about those knives, and then if we can figure out a way to do it, it's getting the schedule figured out. Yes, I'm doing this pre-caffeine. So, live feed, what? Yeah. I am doing this pre-caffeine. I'm really tired. I don't know if the caffeine's gonna fucking make a difference. I'm just rude. I was not a figure skater. I am fucking 6'3", 240 pounds. You ain't putting me out on the ice. Yeah, I do. I feel like that's exactly what I feel like. I feel like I came in for an early shift, like Saturday, like I worked a fucking double. Like I came in for an early shift and then worked all night and went to bed and then slept for like 4 or 5 hours and went back to work. So I doubt if I even make skates my size. I want to cut something. No, yesterday's competition was cool. She got to see her friends the nice thing was, like even there was a lot of her friends that weren't competing in this competition and they still came to see her because it was close. It's not like they had to drive to LA and shit to go see her. So she had a fan club that was there hooting and hollering for her. So I gotta fucking get something figured out or we're not gonna be able to keep paying for this. I gotta call Yakov this morning too and see what's going on with him. So this isn't gonna be a real long live feed. I'm just gonna wait until the coffee's ready. My wife gets up in about 30 minutes. Okay, just text me You're gonna forget. Never mind. I'll call you. So, let me see. Anything else going on? Nope. Nothing else going on. So, I think that's pretty much it. And you guys got anything going on? I am so tired. I'm pretty sure I'm taking a nap. I hate doing that. But the fact is, like, I could go and find stuff to do, and I could probably go out and do a couple things, and I could probably get a hold of that guy and tell him I'm ready to take his other half so I can get belts ordered to make his knife and stuff like that. But I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I am beat. I am worn the fuck out. It's like I haven't had it. It feels like I haven't had a day off in 2 weeks, and it feels a lot like that because, well, I pretty much haven't. What was that? Anthony. Who's Anthony? Are you talking about another knife guy? 'Cause there's no one named Anthony here. Unless another knife guy's name is actually Anthony, and then that'd just be weird. You'd be like, I'd be like, fucking Dwayne's a psychic. I didn't wash my coffee cup yesterday. Which is not uncommon. I never washed my coffee cup when I was in the Navy. And then I got out of the Navy and my coffee cup came home with me, and my wife decided that that wasn't happening anymore. I honestly don't care if it kills anything that's in there. Dwayne, I read your text message all the time. There is no perfect typing. I was going to. I had this big idea when I said we were going to address a couple comments. That wasn't just the only thing. I was going to. I had this big idea in my head. It'd be funny if we went through like the comments on. I got that buck pretty sharp, and it's smooth. I was gonna go into that video that I've got and find the video that has the most downvotes and the most negative comments, and we were gonna go find abusive comments and read them. But then I stood up, and I lost all the motivation to do fucking anything after that. So, oh guys, I'm tired. It's 9 o'clock in the morning already. But I have been up since 5. I've been up since 5. It's just that I woke up at 5:30 or 5 or 5:30. Oh yeah, the edges on those. Like, and if it is, did you check it out on Elliott's? Because I sharpened Elliott's probably 2 years ago. It probably needs sharpened again. And that's probably not, like that knife is probably dull by now compared to what it was when I handed it to him the first time. And it was frightening, and he was like, I don't even want to touch that. Yeah, but in all likelihood, I'm going to be there Friday. I mean, unless something happens. Well, I mean, that's the edge that I put on this. And if you go find the video, I shaved with this. So this is still hair popping sharp. Yeah. And my wife wants to keep this. Do you know what she uses for? She uses this for cutting chicken because it's really thin and it cuts the chicken real well. So did not realize I was setting myself up to wind up having to maintain another kitchen knife because I was like, I'll dull it back down that nobody gets hurt. And she's like, no, I don't want you to. So now we have the sharpest kitchen knife in San Diego, or sharpest butter knife in San Diego. So that goes in the drawer with the steak knives. That way my daughter doesn't accidentally grab it and cut that fuck out of herself. So that should give you an indicator right there. Another knife guy. Feels weird. What's your actual first name? Because I'll probably remember it, because it's going to be easier than trying to remember another knife guy, unless you just don't want to put it up there. That's true. A lot of people use handles. Ashton. Oh my goodness. So there's a noise in that wrist that's starting to bother me. Like it shouldn't, like there's noise in there it shouldn't be making, and I just can't afford to take time off to go get surgery on it. I have fucking painted myself in a corner with this business. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I want you to hear this out. I love the business, but fuck, you paint yourself into a corner when you're supporting a family and doing stuff like this, and like I can't take days off. Even though I have nothing to do here today, I have got to figure something out. This business, like even if it's putting stuff up on the Google page, there is no day off. Sunday I was answering emails. That's the frustrating one, is like today if I was to really look at how much time I spent responding to emails and how much business that actually results in, I'm afraid to actually do it because I check emails and respond to emails and write emails every morning when I get up. And this morning that started at 5 to 5:30-ish. I can't remember exactly what time I got up, but I was up before my wife's alarm went off at 5:45. I do know that. And I had been, so it was between 5 and 5:30. And then my daughter got up at 6. I got up to take my daughter to go, and then my stomach started bothering me, and I was like, I can't take her. I gotta go to the toilet. And so I kept responding to emails, fell asleep on the couch while I was doing emails. But the thing is, out of I'd say probably every 10 emails that I respond to, I might see 2 that actually turn into business. Yeah, people don't want to, they'll just go to some. Sundays, I do have it listed that Sundays is a day off, but I still respond to emails and stuff. I just won't guarantee that I'm gonna respond to an email. I don't sharpen on Sundays most days. The only thing I sharpen on Sundays is my shit that needs to be done. The kitchen knives, my kitchen knives. And I had some folks that were chefs and cooks that had me sharpen some stuff, and then they're like, oh, that's great. And then I told them, I was like, yeah, return customers will be easier next time. I won't have to reprofile. It'll probably be cheaper as long as you keep bringing them to me. And they just fell off the map. Like, I don't know what they did. I don't know if they, but here's the thing. I tried to tell them, I was like, so they're gonna, if they wait and then they bring me this stuff and it's all fucked up because all they were doing was hitting it on a steel to try and maintain it, their stuff's gonna come in and I'm gonna have to basically do what I did the last time. Oh, I love this coffee. This is that stuff that David sent me from up in San Francisco area. It is so good. So I stopped by. Here's the other thing too. So even business cards and people giving out, you know, your information and stuff like that, that doesn't result to a lot of business because I've been seeing cards come in, or customers come in every once in a while. I get like straight razors. So the Art of Shaving, I gave them 1,000 business cards. I stopped by there Saturday to talk to the manager. And so I asked the guy, I was looking for the manager that is usually the guy I was dealing with, and apparently he quit. And so I was like, he was like the regional district manager or something like that, but he quit. He worked out of the store at UTC where my daughter was skating. And so I went to ask him if they needed any more cards. Like I said, I gave them 1,000 cards. They don't have any cards left. They have my card laminated to a piece of paper so people with, you know, for sharpening, and they lay it down and people can take a picture of it and then contact me. And I was like, wait, you've given out 1,000 of my business cards between here and the other 2 stores. And I'm only seeing maybe one person a month. So I think I'm going to change my email policy, and I'm going to have to, it's just going to have to be like, if you're just, it needs to be a serious inquiry for me to be responding. No, I haven't. I haven't. I sharpened them in ZDP 189, which is a really good steel. But, so, yeah, I think this is only gonna be, I'll stop this in like 5 minutes because I wanna be able to get out of the way. My wife has to get ready for work. She has to be okay. She's getting up at 9:30. So she's tired too. She went back to bed. I think a lot of it, it's not just physically tired. My daughter puts so much into it, and then we realize that and we see that. So emotionally, it's exhausting to deal with. Like, she went out there against 4 other girls. This is her first actual competition in this juvenile bracket, and then things that were supposed to have happened already that haven't happened financially, things that were supposed to be coming that just aren't now. I had a deal that I was working out with the guy, and it was supposed to go through, and we were supposed to collaborate on some stuff, and then he just, I get stuff. She's gotten to the point where she's flexible enough now. She was fighting an injury back when you heard all the screaming. She was fighting with she had a, I don't know how you explain it. So the SI joint is where the pelvis meets the spine, and it's not like a ball joint. It's not like, it's not like the other joints, like a hinge or a ball joint, ball and socket. It's different. It's like a bunch of different little pits where bones just kind of meet up. The way the doctor explained it is it looks like when you cut an English muffin in half, and you got all those little holes, and it takes it like to line them up. Well, hers had gotten a little bit out of alignment, and so she was getting a lot of pain because her SI joint was out of alignment, and now just working with it and doing stretches that the physical therapist recommended, and some just massaging and massage therapy and things like that we did here at the house, we've gotten it back in place so it doesn't hurt to stretch anymore. I mean, she wasn't damaging anything by stretching. It just was painful. So that's why you're not hearing that. No, I had worked on a thing where I was going to collaborate with a guy here for a bunch of stuff that he makes that I was going to try. He's not here, but I mean here in the States, as opposed to dedicated. Yeah, I know. That's why I've got to figure out how I'm going to pay for it. That's why the GoFundMe is down at the bottom. And like I said, I don't necessarily want to keep saying I want you guys to donate. I want you guys to share it. And I think I'm going to try and find a way to share it with the local radio news stations. So we'll see what that happens. I'll reach out. But yeah, I don't foresee there being a lot of big stuff going on today. I think today I'm gonna rest. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna fucking rest. I am exhausted. But no, she skated amazing yesterday. Like you know that like, I don't know anything about ice skating, but there's a lot of people at these competitions that do. Like the coach that was standing behind me, and when Isabel landed her double axel yesterday, her double axels are huge. So everybody's screaming out of my left ear. The guy that's over here, and he's a coach at a higher level, sees her double axel and goes, "Oh shit." And that "oh shit" is, "Oh shit, she's gonna be moving up into our bracket," because it was the next. So from when she got into, so she would go into intermediate. So this guy was coaching a girl in intermediate. I heard him talking about, yeah, intermediate after this and warm up. And I was like, and then I see she lands that huge double axel, or I'm sorry, it was a triple. It wasn't a double. It was a triple Salchow. It was a triple that she landed. And you just hear him go, "Oh shit." And I'm like, okay, apparently she's good at this. So, but yeah, I'm gonna do editing on that, and some other stuff. But I will say that the idea, if you guys like, do you guys like the idea of me going through that? There's a couple videos we could look at to read the mean comments. There's one on the Emerson. I'm sure the Emerson video has got a lot of mean comments. And then there's the Cold Steel video that has a ton of hate, just people hate me in that one. There's so many people that hate me in that video. It's the only one I have that has a significant number of downvotes. And I mean like a lot, like hundreds. But when you figure that's had 150,000 views on that video, yeah, you're gonna get hate. One of the lights at the end of the tunnel is I am starting to see that my revenue on the YouTube is staying fairly consistent, where it looks like I'm gonna start getting like a monthly check from YouTube. So if you guys, I can't tell you how much I make, but I can tell you that if you're getting paid from YouTube, you have to hit that marker of $100. So you can put 2 and 2 together and figure that every month, if I'm getting a paycheck every month from YouTube, I'm making at least $100. They're weird about that. Like, you can get in trouble for telling people exactly what you make on YouTube. So, but you can find other YouTubers' financial statements. It's just, I don't understand why some of the rules on YouTube are weird. And it's not like some of them I 100% get. Like, it's a business. If I'm being offensive and I'm driving away ad revenue, it gives the whole platform a bad name. Even though I'm just one creator, if someone, like, it could affect others, it could affect them. It could affect the company in whole, such as PewDiePie and Logan Paul and all those but they've gotten slaps on the wrist. But they've made these rules that, yes, I agree with some of them. Like this, I get to say whatever I want in a video, but if, they might not monetize it because they don't want to do that. Or they might block it because they own the platform. It's not free. This is not a venue for public speech. This is a company's business. And I equate that to, like I said it once before, protest in a park, 100% okay. Try that shit in a grocery store, you're gonna get arrested. So I kind of equate it to that. But it's, there are some weird rules that just, you're like, why? Why is that rule like that? And things like that, you have to you're like, what the fuck does that even really do? Yeah, Donut Operator is pretty cool. He's a Navy guy too. It's just fucking something about us Navy guys and the sense of humor that just comes through. See, coffee, perked right up. So, I mean, I don't know, I might do some stuff today. I'm definitely not shooting a video today, I don't think. I don't have anything here really to shoot a video of except the Mark II, the Gerber Mark II, the Desert Dagger Mark II. That's here. I may do a video about that, but I want to think about it, how I want to do that video. That one's, because I'm not going to do any cut testing. I'm not going to do anything. I can't really carry it. I mean, I could, but most of the places I'm going to be going, I can't carry it. So it's just awkward and difficult to shoot that one. So I'm just going to have to play with that knife here at the house, drool over it, and then probably just right in a trash can. What was that? You hear the Navy's making a new thing about seeing UFOs. I have no idea what you're talking about, Dwayne. New TV show, or are you talking about the old Operation Blue Book program that they turned into a TV show called Operation Blue Book on AMC or History or something like that? It's supposed to be historical. I remember seeing a lot of weird shit at night, and I remember we would report it. It's just making a more official way of how UFOs are reported. Yeah, there's the Navy had a lot of weird stuff. Like, you'd see something and you would report it, and I don't think it ever went anywhere. I do know that the Air Force has geese warnings on some of its bases because geese apparently are scaring the airmen. I'm gonna have to look that up. I haven't watched any news. Yeah, no, I'm still tired. I thought the coffee would do it, but just that wasn't it. That coffee's so good though. That's that filtered soul. I'm gonna have to order some. Dad was a submariner back in the day. Are you talking about the Philadelphia Project? And then, so if you go, okay, so if you go back and you read the Philadelphia Project thing, yeah, it's a cool story, but the person that reported it and everything, if you go back and you check all the investigation stuff and do all the look back, the guy that was sending these letters that claimed that he was there during the Philadelphia experiment and all this stuff that happened was mentally unstable. He was a Portuguese fisherman and then immigrated to the United States and all this stuff. And so there's a lot of, I remember stuff like this. And so this whole thing about the Philadelphia experiment, a lot of it was based on fallacies from a guy that really was just mentally ill, one, and looking for attention, two. So all these letters that came and talking about people disappearing and people traveling in time and stuff like that. It was a big, I think it was just a big hoax. Now, I would not put it past the government to lie. I will relate to you what I heard a comedian. This isn't my words. This is me paraphrasing a comedian because it's 100% true. So I'm going to say it from my perspective. To say you don't believe in conspiracy theories is a bold statement, right? And I'm going to tell you why, because coming from a parent, the U.S. government is responsible for millions of lives. I'm a parent. I'm responsible to one. And if you don't think the government lies to you, I got news for you. I'm responsible for one life. And I lie to that fucking girl all the time. Like just to make her life easier and make stuff make sense, I will lie to my daughter. And if you think that me as a parent responsible for one life lying is not, the government guarantee they lie to us. So these conspiracy, saying that you don't, but not believing in some conspiracy theories, perfectly fine. Not believing in most conspiracy theories, you're still walking a white line. Say you don't believe in any of the conspiracy theories, that's a bold statement. That is a bold statement. Almost dropped my knife. That is a bold motherfucking statement, I'm telling you right now. Sometimes it's just easier. My daughter's still not gonna say it. We'll talk about that some other time. I think y'all know what I was gonna finish saying. But, so yeah, no, it's hectic and it's stressful here right now. And it's weeks like this where it's Monday and I have nothing that has shown up. Nothing. And it's not just that. I did so much work last week prepping for this weekend. That's part of it. But the other part is I haven't even gotten an email since Friday about anything from anybody. And it could just be because it was a weekend. But, well, here's the thing. I can't shoot the haircut video by myself. And every time I just default to the fact that we don't know much. So anyone that absolutely, yeah, haircut video. I'm going to tell you guys something. No, I've got to cut it. It's driving me nuts. It's in my eyes. It's in my mouth. It gets in my hair. It's fucking everywhere. When I'm sharpening, I bend over. It's in my face. It's got to go, and it's getting hot. That having that much hair is it's uncomfortable. Me and Matt were working at his house, and we weren't working that hard. I was pouring, so I had sweat dripping out of my hair, from my forehead. I was like, Man, I was like, oh, it's all this fucking hair. So, let me see. What else I can talk about? I don't remember. I had something I was going to say, and now I can't remember it. Well, today's a good day to just rest. Because here's the thing, I know when I get like this, if I don't rest today, what'll happen is I'll wind up getting sick. My fucking body, my immune system, and all that shit just fucking goes up and up evil because I have an autoimmune disorder. When I stress myself to a point, I don't actually get sick. What I get is my immune system goes fucking haywire and then just makes me feel sick. So I'll probably do a couple things today. I might edit that video and some stuff, but that's probably all of it. I gotta call Dwayne. I gotta talk to Yakov. So, guys, I'm gonna end this. No, probably not. Probably not. Chris, I know where you live. I have your address in my phone. And I'm pretty sure I could make it to Irondale, Ohio without a map. Pretty sure I could do it because I know where the fuck it is. I need to get back home. I need to get home. I need to go see Jake. I need to see my cousin Jake. I need to see his kids. I've never even seen these kids. I haven't seen my mom since a few months before my dad died. I'm the worst. I am the fucking worst. But the whole thing too is, and Chris can probably tell you, like Jake will tell you, the Emler side of the family, we're not that, we're like, you don't fuck with anybody in our family because you'll have the whole family after you, but we're not that close knit, really. When we were kids, all the cousins were, but like, think about like when we were kids, we were growing up, but like my dad's sisters and brothers, they're all spread out, Virginia and all over Ohio, and some of them can't keep a phone because they fucking can't keep a phone line up because they ain't got no money, and switch trailer parks like once every fucking year or so. And I'm enough removed from that I equate it to, I told my sister this. Yeah, Chris, you have a good day. I equate it to this. I look country, I talk country, I dress country, I act country. But when it comes down to it, I ain't country no more. And you know why? Because back home, if you ain't got a car, you ain't getting shit because the closest actual grocery store is like 20 miles away. Nearest gas station is 6. Well, no, not now. Not now. They put one, my old high school, or my old elementary school got turned into, the library area of it got turned into a carryout where you can buy beer, and they have a pizza oven, which the pizzas and sandwiches are not too bad. And there's a self-serve card swipe only gas station down in the parking lot where the buses used to pick up the high school kids to take them to junior high and high school. So, I mean, I live outside, I'm from a town of like 124 people, and I'm far enough removed from that now that I can't do that. Like, I can put on a pair of flip-flops right now and walk and be back here to the house. I could take you guys on a 10-minute walk to the gas station or the grocery store across the corner and get anything I wanted and walk back and not even have to use my car. I can't do that where I live. And if I went back to Ohio, that's where I would want to be because that's where I grew up and that's where I live. And I don't think it's a viable option. And the other thing is, everybody's like, well, you could do it and you could take your wife and kid. And they're like, they'd get used to it. But the whole thing is, that's not how my wife grew up. And that's not how my kid has grown up. It might be fun for my daughter to go for a couple weeks every once in a while and you know, and visit and go see them milking cows and stuff like that. But I got news for you. The fun of that for her would wear off like that. And the flip side too is I go back home. There's no Asian community. There's no other Asian kids in school. There's no other, my wife has no support structure for the things that she's accustomed to. My daughter doesn't either because my daughter's accustomed to that too. And so it's not a viable option anymore. We've reached a point where it's no longer viable. So But that's it, guys. I have to get off of here. My wife, I got to go make sure she's awake. She has to go to work in a little bit. And I'm going to probably just do stuff here at the house. I have a few things that I'd like to work on, little projects that I want to figure out. And I'm going to start going through all that stuff that Dwayne sent me and figuring out mystery boxes. But we're going to look at some of the knives. I want to look at some of the knives like on the channel, because there's a few of those knives, even though what they're low, you know, like budget knives, they're not bad knives. So we'll take a look at some of those. But expect the video from this weekend's competition to go up today. Don't have to worry about jumping on it. It's not going to be monetized. Her music gets a copyright strike every time, so I can't monetize those videos. I do them just because I like having them on the channel, because I can go back and I can watch those videos anytime I want. I watch a lot of our Disneyland family vlogs and stuff. And so we've already decided this year, again, we're not going to Disneyland. And it's not so much, while it's a financial decision, it is also a fact that at that same time, my daughter will probably be competing in Washington State. So don't know if we're gonna drive, gonna fly, don't know what the fuck we're gonna do. We're probably gonna have to spend a week in Washington. I don't have any idea how we're gonna afford that. So no clue. Probably gonna have to sell a kidney. I'm gonna start donating sperm and selling my plasma. So, all right, guys, I will talk to y'all later. I don't have a time frame on when that video is going to be up, but if you want to watch it, if you're interested in it, it'll be coming up. It'll just be a skating vlog, but there is 2 separate routines that she skated. So, with that all being said, I will talk to you guys later. I am exhausted. Love y'all. I might get a wild hair up my ass and do a live feed later. Who knows? See how I feel. But you guys take it easy, and I'll talk to you next.